Hello, parents, policymakers, and people alike. My name is David, and come spend a day in the life with me as a single dad who works night shifts at the hospital. For me, my day doesn't start when the sun comes up. It actually ends there. When I walk through the door at 7 a.m., my daughter Emma is already awake, sitting on the couch and usually watching some cartoons. Although it's the best part of my day, it's also the hardest since I've been up for over 12 hours. My head hurts and my legs ache, but I still want to be there for her. This is my microsystem, as Brunfenbrenner would describe it, the small world of Emma and I. These everyday interactions, like asking how her morning was or helping her tie her shoes, is where she learns communication and trust. But when work was particularly crappy and I'm too tired, I can feel how my exhaustion shapes our relationship. After breakfast, we walk to school together. That's our little tradition. She tells me about YouTubers or who she played with yesterday. Those 10 minutes reminds me of why I'm doing this. At school drop-off, I wave goodbye and then head home. Sometimes I wish I could talk to her teacher more, but by that time, I'm running on fumes and I'm just ready to crash. I've even heard some parents comment on the Facebook group chat, stating that parents who don't attend the parent-teacher conferences are imperfect, but I want to challenge this narrative. What they don't understand sometimes is that parents don't always have the choice to attend the conference, and for me, it's because of my mesosystem. The mesosystem is how my work life connects with Emma's school life, and it feels incredibly trapped. Because my job runs through the night, I can't always be there for her academic-wise, even though I want to. I hope my example can show why parents don't always have this privilege of attending these conferences. After getting home, I sleep from about 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The world doesn't stop for night shift workers, so it's tough to get some real rest. And that's why by the time I wake up, I have to rush to pick her up from school, and then make dinner, and then help Emma with her homework, and then ultimately get her ready for bed before going out and doing it all over again. This is where my human resources, like my health, energy, and time, really start showing up because they're stretched extremely thin. I do my best, but I can't always give Emma what she needs emotionally when I'm running on empty. Luckily, I have some parental determinants, like family support, that helps buffer against this. Specifically, my sister helps watch Emma on the weekends, and that kind of support keeps me afloat and gives me time to recharge. And then there are my non-human resources, like my income, working hours, and the things that make life possible. Although I do wish I could handle these resources better, sometimes I feel like it's not my individual choice. For example, I wish that we could get our own groceries, but due to my high rent and low pay and time working conditions, I often have my sister come and deliver food for us from the food banks. On the way to work, I think about the bigger picture, the macro system, the way that society values work, family, and time. Yes, night shifts are necessary, but not many people understand how they shape families. There's little flexibility for parents like me, and our system doesn't really bend to support non-traditional families like mine who are single-parented. That's why I want to urge those in charge of the big rules to ensure that staff who work long or non-traditional hours can more easily access the time, support, and resources, like childcare subsidies or more paid sick days, that they need to raise their families properly. And once I'm at the hospital, I get a few minutes to reflect as I set my space up. This is where it hits me how much my work shapes Emma and her socialization. Because I'm gone most nights, she spends evenings by herself. I worry that because I'm not always present, she might start falling behind in verbal and social skills, or that I can't create a zone of proximal development for her, an area of learning that Vygotsky described as a appropriately challenging zone that Emma can only do if someone is there to catch her if she falls. So this is a reminder to teachers that if a child seems less social or behind in certain skills, that it doesn't always mean a parent is not trying behind the curtains. Still, I try to stay positive. Like when Emma tells me she wants to be a doctor just like me, I know that even if I'm tired or burnt out, that something's working. And that is a day in my life as a single dad who works